Hey there, I'm Richard Brandt, Monos Historian, and you're watching Stream It Now. New this month on Crackle, Chloe Grace Moretz in the alien invasion thriller The Fifth Wave, Nicolas Cage in the snuff thriller 8mm, Jeff Bridges, Rachel Ward, James Woods, and Jane Greer in the Out of the Past remake Against All Odds, Cal Penn, Lynn Shay, Kathy Griffin, and Chuck Liddell in Bachelor Party Vegas, Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy in Richard Linklater's Before Midnight, Bruce Willis, Kim Basinger and John Larroquette in Blake Edwards' Blind Date, Zoe Saldana in Columbiana, Sacha Baron Cohen in The Brothers Grimsby, Chevy Chase and Jack Palance in Cops and Robersons, the faith-based cop drama Courageous, Robin Tunney and Fairuza Balk in The Craft. If one of your friends tells you it's just like The Covenant, only with chicks, stop being their friend. Cuba Gooding Jr. in Daddy Day Camp, Michelle Pfeiffer in The Deep End of the Ocean, Johnny Depp and Al Pacino in Donnie Brasco, Ryan Gosling in Drive, Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes in The Fan, Sean Connery and Gus Van Sant's Finding Forrester, Molly Ringwald in For Keeps, Catherine Keener and Jennifer Aniston in Friends with Money, Barbara Streisand in the sequel Funny Lady, Michelle Rodriguez putting him up in Girl Fight, the Japanese sequel Godzilla 2000, Nicolas Cage and Shirley MacLaine in Guarding Tess, Kate Winslet, Jack Black, Cameron Diaz, and Jude Law in The Holiday, Jennifer Love Hewitt in I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, Nicolas Cage and Bridget Fonda in It Could Happen to You, Glenn Close, Jeff Bridges, and Oscar nominee Robert Loggia in Jagged Edge, Meryl Streep and Amy Adams in Julie and Julia. Vanity in Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, Kirsten Dunst in Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, Owen Wilson in Woody Allen's Midnight in Paris, Jennifer Garner in Miracles from Heaven, Steve Martin in Mixed Nuts, Michael Keaton in My Life, Kim Basinger, Dan Aykroyd, and Allison Hannigan in Richard Benjamin's My Stepmother is an Alien, Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi in John Avildsen's Neighbors, one of the better-looking Jean-Claude Van Damme movies from Robert Harmon, the director of The Hitcher, it's Nowhere to Run. Johnny Depp and Antonio Banderas and Robert Rodriguez's Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Marissa Tomei and Robert Downey Jr. in Only You, Christina Ricci in The Opposite of Sex. If you liked Sally Field and Norma Rae, you'll really like her in her second Oscar-winning role in Places in the Heart. The great granddaddy of all disaster epics, Pompeii. Jean Reno and Natalie Portman in Luc Besson's The Professional. Tom Hanks and Sally Field as stand-ups in Punchline. Val Kilmer in Real Genius, Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil Retribution and Resident Evil The Final Chapter, Kevin Costner in Revenge, Kristen Stewart as Joan Jett, and Michael Shannon as Kim Fowley in The Runaways. Aubrey Plaza and Mark Duplass in the quirky thriller Safety Not Guaranteed, Spike Lee's School Days, Tony Danza and She's Out of Control, Kevin Kline and Kevin Costner and Lawrence Kasdan's Western Silverado, Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson in Something's Gotta Give, Jordan Sparks and Whitney Houston in the remake of Sparkle, Will Wheaton, Corey Feldman, River Phoenix and Jerry O'Connell in Rob Reiner's Stand By Me, Cameron Diaz, Christina Applegate, and Selma Blair in the raunchy romantic comedy The Sweetest Thing, but things are tough all over for Cheech and Chong. Val Kilmer in the dramatized Leonard Peltier story Thunder Heart. Nicole Kidman and Gus Van Sant's To Die For. Kate Beckinsale in the sequel Underworld Blood Wars, Diane Lane in the cyber thriller Untraceable, Robert Zemeckis' recreation of the death-defying stroll between the Twin Towers, The Walk, Eliza Dushku in the horror thriller Wrong Turn, plus the 3 Wrong Turn sequels, and Kristen Stewart and Dax Shepard in the sci-fi adventure Zathura.